Hello. You've spent a lifetime building a successful career, mastering your field. But the real question is, are you truly prepared to turn that success into a secure retirement? Today, we're going to talk about just that, how to build a retirement income that's as reliable as your paycheck ever was.
For generations, the path to retirement felt, well, pretty straightforward. But the financial world we live in today, it's a completely different ballgame. The strategies that worked for your parents, the ones we all grew up hearing about, might not be enough to protect your future. Let's unpack exactly why that is.
So, what has really changed? Well, many leading economists are calling it a perfect storm of new risks for retirees. And it's not just one thing, it's a combination of factors all hitting at once. Let's break them down. According to research from people like Roger Ibbotson, who is a professor emeritus at the Yale School of Management, the old playbook is under some serious pressure. That classic 60-40 portfolio, it's getting squeezed. Bond yields are low, markets are volatile, and here's the kicker. We're all living longer. That's great news, of course, but it means our money has to last a lot longer, too. And listen, this isn't just some academic theory. It's deeply personal. This quote from an Alliance study is just staggering, isn't it? The fear of outliving your savings is a real, tangible anxiety for so many people approaching retirement. It just highlights how urgent it is to find a more durable strategy. Okay, so now I want to zero in on what is arguably the single most critical period for your entire financial future. We're talking about that handful of years right before and right after you decide to retire. This is where things get really interesting. It's a concept called sequence of returns risk. And what it means is that it's not just your average return that matters, it's the timing of those returns. Think about it. Retiring right into a big market downturn can do way more damage than a downturn 10 years later. Why? Because you're starting to pull money out of a portfolio that's already shrinking. It creates this downward spiral that is incredibly difficult to recover from. And that's exactly why we call this period the fragile decade, or the red zone. Protecting your wealth during this specific window isn't just a good idea, it's paramount. The strategy you use here can literally make or break the success of your entire retirement. So, the big question is, how do you defend against this risk without just stuffing all your money under a mattress and giving up on growth? Well, this is where some modern financial tools come into play, tools that were specifically designed for this new environment. Let's start with the foundation. This is called a fixed index annuity, or FIA. In his paper, Fixed Indexed Annuities Consider the Alternative, Yale's Roger Ibbotson actually positions these as a powerful way to supplement or even replace those underperforming bonds in a portfolio. It's a contract designed to give your assets a solid foundation. So what you're looking at here is the core concept. An FIA provides what we call a floor for your money. That means your principal is protected from market downturns. You simply cannot lose your initial investment because of a down market. But, and this is key, you still get the opportunity to capture a portion of the market's gains. It's all about finding that balance between protection and potential growth. Okay, Debt FIA provides a really solid base. But what if you told me, Avi, I'm comfortable with a little bit of risk, a small, clearly defined amount, if it means I can get even more growth potential? Well, that brings us to the next evolution of these tools. This is a registered indexed-linked annuity, or RILA. As retirement income experts like Dr. Wade Pfau have noted, RILAs offer this really compelling middle ground. Instead of that hard 0% floor, they give you a protective buffer. You agree to take on a small, defined risk, and in return, you get the potential for significantly more growth. It gives you so much more control to fine-tune your own risk and return profile. So let's put these side by side. The FIA on the left is like your conservative bond alternative. It has that solid 0% floor, total principal protection. The RILA on the right acts more like a complement to your equities. It offers a protective buffer against that first chunk of a loss. And the trade-off is much higher potential to participate in the market's upside. Let's just walk through a quick example to make this real. Imagine your RILA has a 10% buffer. If the market drops, say, 8%, your buffer absorbs the whole thing. Your return is 0. Now, if the market drops 12%, your buffer absorbs that first 10%, which means you only experience a 2% loss. But on the flip side, when the market goes up, you get to capture those gains up to a much higher cap. It's a way to de-risk your portfolio without completely getting out of the market. Now, this next point is absolutely critical to understand. A RILA is a registered security. That means it can't be offered by a traditional insurance agent. You can only access these tools through a licensed professional, like an investment advisor representative, who is legally bound by a fiduciary duty. And that's a big deal, because it means the advice you get is legally required to be in your best interest. Period. So, what's the end game here? It's about creating income you can truly count on. It's interesting. Some economists have even compared the income stream you can create with these private contracts to a kind of Social Security 2.0. Think of it as creating your own private pension, a reliable, predictable income stream that you control. All right, we've covered a lot of ground. Understanding these concepts is a great first step. But the next, and frankly most important step, is to see how these ideas might actually apply to your unique financial life, to your specific goals.
A personalized assessment is really just a conversation. It's a chance for you to see how these strategies could fit into your broader financial plan. It's an opportunity to ask all your detailed questions and get real clarity on building an income for retirement, all within a confidential, no-obligation, fiduciary framework.
So, at the end of the day, the goal isn't just about how big your nest egg is. It's about turning that nest egg into a durable, predictable income stream that lasts for your entire lifetime. The real question is, what's your strategy to navigate that fragile decade and make sure you're truly prepared? I encourage you to take that next step today. All the information you need is right here on the screen. You can schedule your complimentary retirement readiness assessment with me, Avi Crane. I truly look forward to our conversation and to helping you plan for the future that you've worked so hard to earn.